I've been in higher education for 40 years, and over that time I've heard consistently from parents two things. Can I afford college? And when I send my children off to school, are they going to lose their faith? We're dedicated to addressing those two problems. We're one of the most affordable colleges in the country, and more importantly, our primary goal is to help young men and women transition from lives at home to independent lives, not just with their faith intact, but with their faith strengthened, and with the education, the formation, and the resources they need to live lives of virtue that will help them get to heaven. We're confident we can do that, and also give them a set of skills that will help them be productive in earthly endeavors.
So when I think about being in Hagerstown, which is a new kind of experience for me being from down south, when I look down Washington Street, and it's a very kind of open panoramic shot, the street goes off into the distance and you can just see the mountains, the valleys off in the distance. So being here in Western Maryland, it's simply a beautiful location. And so not only are we easily within walking distance, 2 blocks to the church, 2 blocks to where we have our classrooms, 2 more blocks down the corner to where we eat, another block beyond that to the library. So, I mean, everything is well within walking distance. But more than that, this really is a beautiful location for our students to really enter into this kind of program.
What I like about the classes is that they're so small and you're able to have good discussions, and the faculty is willing to take that time to talk about, whichever topic we choose.
The classes and the faculty, you can tell that the teachers really put their heart into the classes. It's not like they show up because they have to. It's just something that they do for money. They actually really enjoy teaching.
I really like the small class size. I've had really good experiences with the faculty so far. They're all wonderful, kind people, and I'm really grateful to be able to develop those interpersonal relationships better than I would be able to at a larger college.
The teacher can focus on less students, and when a student needs assistance, the teacher can be more readily available to assist that student.
I would say that what sets the Collegium apart as an institution is our unique identity. Because on the one hand, we're doing something that's very new. We've set out to provide an avenue for higher education for traditional Catholic families who are looking for an education that is affordable, classical, faithful, and practical. And that's what we've set out to provide. On the other hand, we are standing as part of a very, very long tradition of Western education, with our focus on the trivium, the study of grammar, rhetoric, and logic, as well as classical languages, humanities, and history. We are part of an old tradition, a 2,000-year-old tradition of education in the West. And we're taking that tradition and we're bringing it into something new and something exciting with this educational opportunity.
We are the only four-year college in the country specifically dedicated to embracing tradition. We don't just accommodate tradition, we fully embrace it. And we do this for two reasons. First, in a classical curriculum, that is a curriculum that's dedicated to the perennial teachings of the Church as given to us by the Church Fathers and great scholars and writers through the ages, it only makes sense that our spiritual formation is intimately tied to that classical liturgy that formed the faith and the spirituality of the Church Fathers and the great writers through the ages. Even more importantly, though, if you want to stay close to the Church, and if you want your children to stay close to the Church, you should embrace tradition. And so we do. All of our faculty, our staff, and our board members are practicing traditional Catholics, and they have signed the oath against modernism. We are the only institution that can say that.
There's more than just a practical reason to study math and science. The mathematical arts, the sciences, they open up the world to us. They teach us something about the world. And it's only then in a program that's cradled by philosophy and theology that the other arts and sciences begin to make sense, and you can see why they're so important in themselves and not just for what they allow us to do.
All the teachers this year, Dr. Schaefer, Mr. Burns, and Mr. Stover, being very similar to the teachers I had in high school, very engaging, very much in love with what they're teaching, and really having a true desire to portray what they know and to actually be able to teach what they know. Actually, the housing has been pretty great. I got a really chill roommate. He's pretty great. And our apartment's pretty nice. Everyone's kind of jealous of us because I got lucky because my roommate and I have our own separate bedrooms, so guys are jealous of that.
The housing is awesome. It's very clean and spacious. They provided dressers and closets. They provided the beds and mattresses, and it's really great.
I've had a few earlier experiences with college dorm rooms, and most of them are like this. They're just absolutely great. They're spacious. We got dressers, beds. We really just had to bring our clothes and maybe some sheets and anything else we wanted. But we got fridges, dishwashers. It's really nice. We just had to bring in a few tubs, and we had everything we needed. Yeah.
We stay in apartments at a renovated hotel, and we have a living room and a couple bedrooms.
Oh, the food's actually been really great. Especially compared to what I had in high school, it's definitely been a lot better.
I think we got really lucky here because you hear horror stories about college food. But I think we're catering from one of the restaurants down on Main Street, and it's nice. We get a dining room there, 2 meals a day. Haven't had any problems so far.
How I think that the Collegium will form my future life is providing me with the skills to carry myself according to proper decorum and with the proper courage and knowledge that I need. My prayer life has grown exponentially because on my own it's just not the same as having 2 or more people who believe in the same thing and have the same goals, and you just feel God's presence among you when there's more than just one of you.
And that isn't to say I didn't have a good prayer life before I came here. I did. But the fact that most of the prayers in the church and in the presence of the Blessed Sacrament, and that the majority of it is in Latin now, it's been a big step up from what I had.
Some institutions will talk about an integrated curriculum. We like to say we have an entirely integrated experience. We like to say we live together, we study together, we eat together, we work, play, and pray together. Some of the ways we achieve this high level of integration: we have time dedicated throughout every day for prayer. We sing lauds and vespers every day. We have time for rosary every day. We sing the Angelus before lunch and dinner, and we sing grace before and after lunch and dinner. We also have a program called Ora et Labora, taken from the Benedictine motto, prayer and work. Every one of our students works in one of the local downtown businesses. It's not an add-on, it's an integrated part of the entire experience.
We have been in Hagerstown for about a year and a half. We pretty much do everything that you could imagine with watches. We manufacture, we repair, and we also assemble for other brands, and we are also a warranty center for a couple of brands around the world. We also have an apprenticeship program. We work with students to teach them how to become proficient in the technical side of watchmaking, for becoming technicians, and eventually, if they want to, becoming actual full watchmakers.
So when I think back on my own undergraduate education, one of the things that sticks out the most to me is the disjointed nature of all of the different classes that I took in this discipline and that discipline. And most universities today have a quote-unquote a core curriculum. But all of those courses are completely disconnected from each other, and there's not a unity to them. And one of the things that I know makes the Collegium unique is our liberal arts curriculum. First of all of the courses are integrated with each other. They're all, in a sense, ordered to each other, and they proceed according to a certain truth about the human person.
One of the exciting things about being in an urban campus, which of course we share with many of the greatest universities in the country, is the feeling of being part of a broader community. We're not just here in an island. We're here in downtown Hagerstown, and we are a part of this community. And we look around us and we see all these fantastic projects, and renovations, new construction, and the Collegium is sort of a part of this reinvigoration of downtown Hagerstown. It may be just a small part, but we're excited to be here. We live in, of course, the old Hamilton Hotel, which has been renovated and put to this new purpose. We eat right downtown on Potomac Street in one of the restaurants. We like to think that the Collegium is and will continue to be a vibrant and integral part of the Hagerstown community.
A lot of colleges and universities today have math and science requirements. It's a big focus. But only in a liberal arts context can you understand why they're really important.
I think my favorite thing about what we do at the Collegium is the way we center our academic and social lives around our liturgical life as Catholics. We pray together, both in the chapel and at meals. We work together, we study and learn together as Catholics. And I think that this full integration of spiritual, social, academic, and liturgical life, united in one pursuit, has tremendous potential to really transform the lives of our students.